in by clicking the link in the stream's description. The professor wants to hear from you.
On the cusp, not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good car.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Isn't it lovely?
Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. I am Professor Bear, and this is a special edition of A Bear's Thought. And today's sponsor is who else but Chops Cards and Print on Demand, your number one, and I say number one place to get your personalized trading cards, your posters, anything you could think of. Chops is the king of it. Plus, because you know your professor, we're going to get you a 15% discount on all your purchase. That's right, 15%. Only thing you have to do is put in Bear 15 and you're golden. That is Chop Cards and Print on Demand, your number one place for trading cards. Now, I said this is a very special edition of the show because I am blessed to have this gentleman on for a number of reasons. One, because I've met him, talked to him a few different times. Two, he's from my area. Yes, East Tennessee. And three, he's done something that all of us as wrestling fans dream of. He has become the world heavyweight champion. Yes, indeed.
That ain't a replica, brother. That's the real thing.
See, you understand this is real. This is Silas Mason. Silas, how the hell are you doing today?
Brother, how could I be doing anything but the best in the world right now?
It is an amazing thing. We never talked about this, but the first time I really got back into indie wrestling, I just so happened to change the TV, and you were on one of the television stations doing promo for it. And I thought to myself, and I can't remember the manager you had with you.
Poyo Del Mar.
Yes. And I just sat there and I thought, man, this guy looks like an ass. But he looks like an ass in a good way. He looks cocky. He looks confident. And I thought to myself, man, he looks like one of those heels I would love to watch. And just so happens, I'm going to that show. And when I got there, you did not disappoint. I loved everything you did. You were just being you. And
I think it's weird and messed up, Professor Bear, that you would see a man that's just assertive, aggressive, and tells it like it is and think he's an ass and a heel. Everyone I know says I'm a great guy. You know what I'm saying? So I take offense to that remark. As your NWA World Heavyweight Champion, I'm neither an ass nor a heel. I'm a great man and honestly a role model for people to look up to.
Well, you didn't let me finish, sir. You didn't let me finish. So,
Whoa.
going through the show, I sat there, and all the thoughts that I had before, it kind of went away because I was like, man, he's controlling us. He knows what he's doing. And I was like, man, I love this guy is really cool. The act is working for me. So then I started following you. Then I realized, oh wow, you live close in the Knoxville area. Oh man, that's cool. And then I was like, wow. Then me and you have a friend in common, Amy. She told me about you. She told me you were a sweetheart. And of course, I'm still in my head.
See?
Like, look, in my head, I'm like, yeah, okay, he's a sweetheart, whatever. Then I got a chance to meet you. And I know you meet so many different people, but me and you met at a Crossfire wrestling show. And you were just as humble, nice, because you didn't have to sit there and talk to me, but you did. And even if you were putting on that, you fooled me because you were very respectful. Told you, I was like, hey, you know, the company that when you won Wrestler of the Week, that's my company. You were like, oh wow, thank you. I was like, no, thank you. And my opinion from there has never changed. You are a great, great man.
Well, see, here's what I'm saying. People talking about how it's an act. People talk about me that I'm an ass. You know, the people saying all kinds of things about me. But then when you meet me and when you know somebody that knows me, they're like, this guy's great. The fact that I don't respect any of my opponents because I know they can't beat me has been proven right this whole time. So whenever I go out there and talk trash, and yeah, I get the crowd worked up because I can work people like a daggum fiddle, brother. And so if I want to get people riled up to get my opponent off their game, I'll do it. But it ain't an act, and I ain't an ass. But what I do is I kick ass, and I take names. And I'm the world's heavyweight champion.
And you proved it. Again, that's why I said you didn't give me a chance to finish and give you your props on winning the world heavyweight.
But then at the end, you said you think I was fooling you with an act if I was being nice to you in real life.
And that's the thing about it.
You never know if I'm really working you.
As a accomplished wrestler, I see a lot and I think differently than most fans. So, of course, when I first saw you and saw everything, my head's turning. Okay, is he working me? Is he what is he about? Then I got to talk to you. Then I realized I was like, you are a throwback of the great wrestlers of. You remind me. You have so much of Tully Blanchard in your style where you can be cocky, you can do all this stuff, but like you said, you bag it up in the ring.
Do you want me to let you in on a secret, Bear?
Yes, sir.
You see, you're a professor, right? So you should know a thing or two about it. You say yourself you're accomplished in the ring. So do you know how I work people all the time? By not working anybody. It's not an act. Nothing I do is faked. And by everyone in this business thinks someone's going to pull something over on me. Someone's going to stab me in the back. Someone's going to say something they don't mean. But every time I talk to somebody inside the ring, outside the ring, I say exactly what I mean to them every single time, because I know the toughest man in the world's that man in the mirror. And I can't go to sleep at night knowing that I lied to somebody or know that I said something that I didn't believe. So that's how you work people. You just tell them the truth. Pisses them off more than anything.
I love to hear that. And again,
the truth will set you free, and it'll lead you to the top of the mountain too, brother.
Clearly. So I have to know, and I think my fans want to know this coming from the world champ. What was the first thing that went to your mind when you heard that 3 and the ref handed you the 10 pounds of gold?
The first thing that went through my mind?
Yes.
Time to get to work. And then where's my mama after that? Because she was in the crowd. I was doing that thing afterwards where I look out, you know, you think I'm taking the moment and I can't see because it's dark. You know,
Right.
like in the back there, she was in the VIP section. So but that's the thing, man. Tom Latimer, and here's the thing. Tom Latimer is a fine man and he was a great champion. But we live in a different time, man. This is the age of shamelessness. You know what I'm saying? This is a time period where you got to be bad. It ain't about being good. It ain't about being fine. You have to exceed even being the best. And that's what I did. Tom Latimer is a guy that I respect. That's why I came at him as hard as I came at him. The fact that he didn't have he's supposed to get angry and he didn't have an answer. He's supposed to get mad and he couldn't get up off the mat. That ain't my fault. That's just the way maybe his brain's built. But my brain's built different. And I'll show people the way. I'll lead them into the future. You said I was a throwback. Like I said, brother, I'm a vehicle of change, and I'm pulling people into the future.
You know, that is a great way of seeing things and being. One thing
I don't know any other way to be.
And I'm glad you mentioned Tom. Like you said, he was a great champion. Or are you looking forward to giving him a rematch?
Tom Latimer knows where I live. Tom Latimer can come find me whenever he wants and fight me. But if he wants this, he's got to climb up back the ladder. If you lose, you go to the back of the line. No one's ever beaten me. I've never had my shoulders pinned to the mat, and I've never quit, and I've never given up. Now, whether or not a referee or an official has a different opinion, again, it's not my place to tell them what their opinion is. I'm here to show them what the truth is. And the truth is I'm the greatest wrestler who's ever laced up a pair of boots. 59 other men besides myself have held this. It's going to stay at 60 for the rest of the time, and they're going to bury me with this thing like Whitey Caldwell. You understand me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I guess I don't have to ask where you feel like you rank with the other great NWA champions then.
Who is the guy that I can't beat? Name one. Terry Funk. He's about 215 pounds, crazier than damn it. He could meet my mama. I got crazy running in my family too, and I'm about 3 inches taller than him, about 60 pounds heavier than him. Faster than him too. I don't care if he lights me on fire. I've snapped my leg in half, I've lit on fire before. You think Luthez can't beat me? I was a 2-time state champion wrestler. I pinned his shoulders to back, and I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I'd wrap him up. Dusty Rhodes, give me a break. Not only will I beat his bum son, but I'd get him out of the grave and bury him in a promo off too. There's not a single person in this lineage, the great lineage of this belt. And here's the thing. They should be proud. They should be proud of that. They should be proud that a guy like me is carrying this thing, because it means that all their hard work was worth it. All their hard work to put it on somebody like me who can go in every single night, day in, day out. And I don't got the drinking problems like Flair does. So I can keep this thing a long time. I ain't going to lose it one night, win it back the next night when I sober up, lose it the next, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to do a 16, 17 time run. I'm cool with just one continuous. Anderson Silva is who I'm looking, Fedor Emelianenko. Those are the guys I'm looking to replicate. Sustained success, day in, day out. Doesn't matter if you have a cold. Doesn't matter if you're feeling under the weather in any kind of way. You go out there and you execute every single time. I work in murders and executions mainly.
So you are more than fine and capable of putting the NWA on your back and taking it to the next level.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. The world is opening up. I know everything seems like it's closing down right now, and everything seems like it's going down a bad path, and it is, but there has to be dark before there is light. And there has to be a light bringer to bring that light and bring people up out of it. Folks didn't believe me whenever I came back from a broken femur, but I came back. And I came back at NWA 74. And I wrestled Davey Richards. Didn't come up exactly the way I wanted it to, but I fought back and I beat Odinson the next time. And then I became the NWA national champion. People think that it couldn't happen. Turned it in for a title shot at EC3. He burned down my trailer. I came back from that, and then I beat Tom Latimer for this. Who can beat me? Who can stop me, man? Now, I was being honest about the trailer burning down and being lit on fire before. Terry Funk, that's what I'm saying. The Japanese death matches don't scare me either. The world is opening up. We got to be the one to open it up, but I can shuck a lot of oysters, brother,
and
to get to that pearl.
And clearly, because you are the world heavyweight champion. And I was going to bring up the fact about your the fire at your trailer. One of the things that no matter what I do and see in wrestling, I see community. Everybody tries to watch out for each other. And I found it so touching and humbling when you had that tragedy, how people came together to try to make sure you and your family were doing okay.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's something, man, that it's not, I didn't win this just for me, man. I didn't. It's for all those people that helped me out. It's for my mom and my fiance. She, whenever we had that happen, she was devastated, and she didn't know about the wrestling in the community, because actually this is when I think she had just moved in with me. We'd maybe been dating a year. And so our trailer burned down. And like I said, I found a protein pancake and a burnt up copy of Thus Spoke Zarathustra. So I know it was EC3, and I got my lawyer, Leonard Broadstein, on his ass about it. And I will get my money, Mike. Anyway, so the community outreach, I told her, I said, don't worry, babe, wrestling's got us. And because there's not a social safety net in this country anymore. There's not really a way for, you got Red Cross giving you a hotel for one night, but where do you stay the rest of the week? And so, but my family around here, we ended up staying in a barn and got through it, and it was only through wrestling that we did get through it. And so I'm doing this for them too, and just trying to give back, because any way I can give back. Dr. Tom, my trainer, is the one that taught me that. There's so many guys that have stayed at his house, stayed on his couch, that he's reached out to and helped. And you pass that down in wrestling, and then you show the rest of the world what we already know.
Yeah, it's very, very true. And again, it was so heartwarming to see people come together, which myself, knowing how wrestling is, I had no doubt that they were going to do their best to help you and your family get back where you needed to be. With that being said, what is the future of the 10 pounds of gold? What way will you set your standard different from anyone else that's been lucky to be a world heavyweight champion?
Oh, well, never losing it's going to be pretty cool. But in terms of I have a different mindset, I'd say, than a lot of these guys. So a lot of these guys who get to the top in wrestling, and you hear it all the time, what is the big thing for being world champion? What do you get most out of it? You tell me.
For me, it's just, I would think the biggest thing would be able to be the brand of that company. So you
right, but what goes with the brand? Why do people want the brand?
They want the brand for the money and the fame.
Exactly. They want it for money. They want it for fame. They want it for really shallow, I think, beneath me reasons. The money's going to come. I already know that. It's a Midas touch thing, brother. Anything that Billy Corgan's ever touched has turned to gold. Look at the brother's bank account. There's enough commas in it and enough zeros to go behind those commas to prove it. And in terms of me, the talented individual I am, Billy Corgan's lucky that he got me the deal he's on. Now, he pays me a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I am getting paid a lot of money, and every single title defense does come with quite a big winner's purse. But I take this thing seriously. I take this thing as a fight. Every single time I step in there, I'm the one who's hunting these people down. I'm already making a list of challengers. I'm sending them to Billy. They're getting the lawyers to write them up. I'm on the line me up 5 challenges in a row. I don't care. I know I will beat every single one of them. I'm the one who's going out on the hunt. I'm the only guy on the lineage of this championship belt, who is on Wikipedia that doesn't have a blue Wikipedia link. I'm looking to change that. And every single one is going to say W, 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 W for these title defenses. And we're going to take it all over the world, maybe even to planets and dimensions you've never even heard of. So how about that, dude?
I'm looking so forward to seeing all of this. So
witnessing it, experiencing it, being there just in the moment and saying that you got to live through it. History, my friend, has a mullet.
I stand corrected. Now, just besides your great accomplishment, let's talk about the Southern Six. Y'all are title makers and winners.
We're title maniacs, brother. That's all we are. We're obsessed with gold. We're like the old prospectors, and there's gold in these damn hills. And you know where the hills are, brother? East Tennessee. That's them Smoky Mountains.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, the U.S. tag title, the world heavyweight champ. I mean, come on.
The world junior heavyweight champ. We have 2 world champions in this group, brother. 2 bad dudes.
Oh, my. It just go. And so what's next for y'all? Yeah. Besides getting the world tag titles, what's next?
Now, here's the thing. Odinson, Kratos, and I go way back. We fought for the national title. I drank Kratos's blood. You know what I'm saying? And they, well, you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but this is going to be releasing afterwards. They're currently the NWA World's Tag Team Champions. So obviously, the only thing I can think to do is there's only one other world title, unless Kenzie Page wants to get back on the winning side and, you know, maybe ditch her sister and that scrawny little dog she's going around with, and she wants to get in the Southern Six and get the Women's World Championship. So there's 2 world championships left in the NWA, and that's the Tag Team Championships and the Women's Championship. So I think that's the way to go. Also, Kerry James, you know, he has the United States Tag Team Championship, but he's been telling me personally that he could get better TV deals and contracts than that idiot Brian Idol any day of the week. Like, you should look at this kid. He's on the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He just talked to Fan Mirza the other day, one of these producer guys in the lobby. You know what I'm saying? This kid is on point. And Billy Corgan just needs to be able to see that. And I think the best way he can see that is for Kerry Morton to take the television championship off that no brain having, spineless, mediocre, mental midget, which I'm allowed to say. Eric Smalls told me I can. I made sure I was okay with that before I said it.
I'm so glad.
Brian Idol. He said mental midget specifically was fine.
So I love knowing that y'all have a game plan and y'all are not just resting because you got some titles. You want all the titles.
Bro, what did Nas say? I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. You can't rest. There ain't no rest for the wicked, brother. And ain't nobody ever been as bad as us. The Wicked Witch of the West, brother, she had to get out of the East because that's where the Southern Six was located.
Amazing, amazing. So
I know.
So I know you said you don't care necessarily on who you're facing because you're going to win, but who is the main person that you want to put down so you can laugh at them and let them know they had no chance of ever holding the World Heavyweight Championship?
I'll never say I don't care. I care very much about who I face, because if you're not someone who's worthy of this prestigious championship and its history, get out of my face. I don't want you. Unless you're going to bring that fight to me and make me bleed some of my own blood. And if you ain't scared to go to dark places inside your heart and inside your soul and inside your psyche, get out of my face is what I got to say about that. But as for someone who I do know has that dog in them, there's somebody, whenever I got into the NWA, he introduced me to how this business is run, specifically how Billy Corgan runs his business, specifically the kind of men he wants contending for this championship. And he was carrying this championship at the time. That man's name is Trevor Murdoch. Trevor Murdoch and I ain't never stepped in the between the ropes with each other in the NWA since that moment. I think it's time we rectify that. And as for that trailer burning, book reading, cult running, no good EC3, anytime, any place. I don't care if they sanction it. If you want this, you didn't get me with the trailer. I'd like to see what you can try to cook up this time, buddy. And also Tom Latimer, like I said, if he wants to climb up the ranks, he's one of those hardworking guys. Get back to work, Tom. He's from the north of England. He's used to being in the mines. Give him one of those little Geordie lamps. Oh, I'll go down. He's going to be like one of those little, what's Snow White and the Seven Dwarves? But he's going to be the sad one, though, because he's going to get his ass whipped again. Dopey. Yeah, well, he might be dopey, being an idiot to step in there with me again.
Oh, my goodness.
You didn't think he'd be getting a Snow White and the Seven Dwarves reference, did you?
That was pretty damn good. I would have never thought of that one.
I don't know where it came from either, but, it was just there.
Oh, wow. Well, Champ, I first off, thank you for being who you are, because we get so much enjoyment of seeing your hard work and your fire. It helps. And on top of that, you have gotten what you rightly deserve, and that is the World Heavyweight Championship.
Here's the thing, brother. It might surprise some people, but since the day I was born, I was the world's heavyweight champion. I already knew that I was going to be the champion before you can talk to AJ Kazana about this. I told him I was going to be the NWA World Champion. I told Billy Corgan the first time I opened my mouth into a microphone in the NWA, I said, "You're looking at your next NWA World Heavyweight Champion." I've never doubted myself. And here's the reason. Because of people like you, people like Amy, everybody that helped me out when the trailer burned down, when EC3 burned my trailer down, I should say, but technically, that hasn't gone through litigation yet, so allegedly. But everybody that's helped me out, man, that's the reason I got to where I'm at. Like, other people inspire me every day to be the man I am, to be even better than the man I was. And if there's that many people in the world, I got that many different ways of getting better, getting inspired to think about different things in different ways. All these other world champions are so selfish and self-centered, and all they do is think about that bank account. No, my money is good. I already know that. But what I'm talking about now is legacy. What I'm talking about now is something that you can't put a dollar sign on, something you can't take with you. Because whenever you strip down naked and you look in the mirror, that's what you're going to the grave with. I live with that person. Your bank account, nothing. I know I'm the champion not because of this. And that's how I know I will always have this.
That was amazing, champ. Thank you for taking the time to talk. I look forward on seeing your title defenses. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in person soon so I can give you a hearty handshake and to let you know I believe in you. I believed in you, and I will continue to believe and support you, brother.
Brother, we can give me that big old bear hug. You know I love you.
Guys, girls, this is the world heavyweight champion. Let's give him a round of applause. And thank you for this tuning in for this special edition of A Bear's Thought. I am Professor Bear. He is the world heavyweight champion. And we are out of here. Thank you.